two best words in all of sports. Game 7. That is, unless you're a Thunder or Pacers fan, then you're going to be filled with dread, anxiety, especially after the game, depending if your team won or lost. If your team wins, it's going to be the best offseason of all time. You're going to feel on top of the world. You're going to think you can get every single player out there on the market. And if your team loses, it will be the longest 2 months until we have NBA basketball again. When I say 2 months, it's September. That'll be preseason. That's when we're going to get a bunch of action regarding our NBA players again. So, what up? A little Game 7 preview for you guys. It's been a minute since I've done one of these streams. Sorry about that. Life's been pretty hectic as of late. So, yeah, but welcome to the stream, guys. Like I said, two best words in all sports. Game 7. It doesn't get much better than this. Even if you are a fan of both teams and you're worried, stressed out from it, okay? Like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, all right? We haven't seen a Game 7 since 2016. Cavs, Warriors, we all remember Cavs coming back down 3-1, blocked by James. Kyrie Irving hit that step-back three. That Game 7. So it has a chance to be another historic game that everyone remembers. There's only been 20 Game 7s now in the history of the NBA. All right, only 20 in the NBA Finals. So that's a little bit of a crazy stat to feel. But what's up to everyone here in the chat right now? I see we got DMZ. What up, man? Austin, as always. Josh Brandt, what's up, man? But, dude, it's going to be crazy. Crowd has to be in it at full 48. No nervous energy. Yes, the crowd has to be going immediately. They have to be jumping on their feet. I don't want anyone sitting down. Everyone should be standing up, waving. I got my fan bammer from Game 6 still. I should be hearing that the entire game. I should be hearing that the entire game, all right? There's no better feeling than winning Game 7, but no worse feeling than losing it. That's what I was saying. If you win Game 7, you win the NBA Finals in Game 7, it is going to be the fastest offseason ever. All right, you're going to be thinking you can get everyone that you're going to go out there and repeat. Nothing can be wrong, especially if you're the Thunder, when you look at the long-term success they're set up to have. All right? So that's something interesting to look at there. But if you lose, it is going to be the longest offseason ever. Every day is going to feel like a week long. All right? It's not going to feel like 24 hours. It's going to feel like 72 hours every single time. So, like I said, there's a lot of things that are going to be going into it. I'm going to give you guys a little preview, what I think is going to happen, answer your guys' questions as well. Why do you guys think it went to 7, even though I predicted 5? I was way off on that, clearly. A little interesting fact by Austin there. Home teams are 15-4 in the NBA Finals, about to be 16-4. All right, so it'd be interesting to see. Hope you didn't jinx it there, but hey. Yeah, if we lose, I won't be able to get over it either. Never in my life will I be able to ever get over this loss, because the Thunder are in the perfect spot to win their first title, especially this year. But another thing as well, when you think about it, this is the worst version of this Thunder team we will see. We are going to have the exact same team next year, but every player besides like maybe one or two guys will get better. And when I say that, it's because of, the age thing. Alex Caruso, he's going to be getting older. Yes, he could regress, but I don't think he's going to regress. I think he'll stay where he's at. Isaiah Hartenstein, I think, will stay where he's at as well. Everyone else, I think, is getting better. The fact that Shai can still get better. He hasn't even hit his prime yet. Jalen Williams is going to get better, all right? Dub's going to get better. Chet's going to get better. Dort's going to get better. All these guys are going to get better. Cason Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe. Everyone on this team is going to get better. So, like I said, even if you lose it, it's not the end of the world. I know it's extremely hard to get back to the NBA Finals, especially now with the Kevin Durant to Houston trade. And I can talk about that a little bit as well. But it's the fact that the Thunder, this is the worst that you're going to see this iteration of this Thunder team. In 2 years, has the potential to be the same team, but somehow way, 3 times better. All right? That's the crazy part about it. This is the worst version of the Thunder we're ever going to see in the NBA playoffs. That's what's crazy about it. So, what else do we got? Even if we get it next year, then I'll never forget it either. Nervous. Jesus. This would be devastating, or maybe worse when Seahawks lost Super Bowl 49. Yeah, I could get that for you. Dude, I've had nerves all day. Been waiting for the game to happen here. I'm extremely nervous. I'll be honest about it. I am extremely nervous going into this game. Have no clue. How I'm going to handle it. I think I'll cry no matter what. I'll be honest. Win or lose, I think I'm going to cry, because I think out of all the opponents, I don't want to say the Pacers suck by any means. Don't let me I think matchup-wise, we matched up extremely well with them, but somehow, I think it's because of Rick Carlisle being one of the greatest coaches that we've ever seen grace the floor for the NBA. I think because of him, it's made this series close. Without Carlisle coaching them, I think it could have been a Thunder in 5, but his adjustments and coaching plan has been phenomenal. All right. All credit to Carlisle. Of course, some performances by like Siakam, some Halliburton performances as well in the finals. All right. Credit to them as well. Andrew Nembhard and Nesmith. All right. Those guys have balled out a little bit as well, but it's mainly on Carlisle. Those adjustments he was making, absolutely absurd. You don't see that from a lot of coaches. Another reason I think that I am fully confident in the Thunder being able to win tonight is because of Daigneault. We know he can make the game-to-game adjustments. Thunder haven't lost back-to-back games in the postseason. They only lost back-to-back games at all in the 2024-2025 season, I think 3 times. So Daigneault is very good at making adjustments after a loss. The Thunder rarely ever lose 2 games in a row. The Pacers rarely lost 2 games in a row as well. But the Thunder, it's only happened 3 times this season, I believe, that they've lost 2 games in a row. All right, or more than 2 games in a row. So that's why I'm really confident in the Thunder and Daigneault being able to make a game plan for tonight where it's like, yeah, the Thunder can come out there and win. Another reason, this is eerily similar to the Denver Nuggets series. We look at what the Nuggets did. All right, the Nuggets stole game 1 off of buzzer beater. What did the Pacers do? They stole game 1 off of a buzzer beater. Okay, that's cool. Game 2, what happened? Thunder dominated the Nuggets, and then the Thunder dominated the Pacers in game 2. So right there, 2 for 2 right there, what we did exactly in series. Game 3, lost by 9 to the Nuggets, lost by 9 to the Pacers. Okay, this is getting too creepy. Game 4, huge bounce back win, 4th quarter comeback against the Nuggets. Same against the Pacers. That's interesting. Game 5, dominance at home. Okay, both against the Nuggets and Pacers. Game 6, dominated by the Nuggets and Denver. Okay, game 6, dominated by the Pacers and Indiana. That's crazy. Then what happened in game 7? Thunder dominated the Nuggets. Could the Thunder dominate the Pacers tonight? I think they could. I don't think it's going to be total domination, but I do think the Thunder can win pretty easily just when we look at the track record, everything that's happened. Everything that's happened, track record, you look at all of it, I think the Thunder can win this game, and I think they should win this game. At the end of the day, though, both teams deserve to be at this point in the season, all right, in the postseason. Both teams deserve to be in the NBA Finals. So, like I said, you can't be super mad over which team wins it. Either way, it's going to be an amazing end to the season. Pacers could finish as one of the biggest underdog stories of all time in NBA history, and the Thunder could go down and have what is known as one of the most dominant seasons of all time. Either way, it will be a winner for the history books, no matter what. Let me get the sub count up here for you guys. There you go. Boom. All right. But like I said, no matter what, Thunder fans, Pacers fans, whoever wins truly deserve it tonight. Let's be honest about it. Pacers had the second best record in 2025. Thunder had the best record in 2025. So both the best teams in the year 2025 are in there in the NBA Finals. So you can't be too mad about it. It's been great basketball. I'm going to be honest. If you didn't make a face after that Tyrese Halliburton pass to Siakam for that dunk, even if you are a Thunder fan, oh my goodness. You don't like basketball then. Because I made a face. That play disgusted me, and it was a good disgust. Because you don't really see that very often, that kind of basketball. That is enjoyable basketball you see right there. I'm not going to stream the game as well. I'm going to watch my family. I'm going to watch. Yeah, game 1 was so lucky. But Tyrese Halliburton has been insanely clutch this year. There's no getting around it. He's been insanely clutch. Overall, this has been a great postseason for both teams. Both teams, this will be a year to remember for them, no matter what. I think this is the year it came out and everyone realized the Thunder are going to be running the West and potentially the league for the next few years. And then I think the Pacers also came out and showed everyone hey, you need to start paying attention to us because we're legit. They made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I think the only reason they, didn't take the Celtics to 7 and potentially even make the finals is because of the fact that they got injured in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then, this year they come back out there, make it Eastern Conference Finals, handle the Knicks, and make it to the NBA Finals. So I think people have been sleeping on the Pacers for quite a while. to the point where I don't like the fact no one thought they were going to contend at all this year. Kind of crazy to think about. If you didn't think the Pacers were at least going to make their conference finals again, something's wrong with you. Like, come on now. Like that's like it's the same team as last year, and they got better as well because everyone else was getting older and in their prime. Final score prediction. I'm gonna go with I haven't even thought about it. 117-101. Thunder. But like I said, memorable season. No matter what, I'm extremely proud of this Thunder team. Going to ask for a better season this year. They've been absolutely absurd, doing everything that they can. A historic season in the record books. That's great. 3 of those 4 losses, Boston were close. Could have won those. Exactly. And think about if they were injured last year playing the Celtics. They could have made it. They could have. All right? They're an extremely tough team. I'm not trying to take away from what the Celtics did last year because everyone is also saying if the Thunder win this year, it's because they got booked out with injuries. All right? Everyone's going to say that about every team. You got lucky with injuries. You got lucky with injuries. You could say that about the Raptors winning it all against the Warriors. You got lucky Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant were injured. You could say that. You never know, though. You never know. All we know is that, hey, they won it. They deserved it. I think the Celtics deserved it last year. I do think they were the best team in the league. I just think everyone's been sleeping on the Pacers for so long now. They're good. They completed their rebuild. They're good. And they should be competing in the East. It would not surprise me if next year somehow we see a Thunder Pacers final once again. Barring injuries, I could see that happen. I very well could. What's up, Scott? I think we need to have an amazing start to this game. We need to lay everything we have on them to start because they're probably going to play sloppy because of jitters. I don't know about jitters. I don't know if they're going to play sloppy at all. I think both teams are going to go out there and just give it their all and die on the floor. You're going to see everyone diving for loose balls, playing physical, playing aggressive, punch for punch, blow for blow. All right. See, my thing is the Pacers aren't underdogs. Like that's the problem that the media has done to cover both the Thunder and Pacers and some other teams as well. No, there's no reason they should have been underdogs. No reason whatsoever. Like the Pacers were legit. Like I said, best record in the year 2025 or second best record in the year 2025, right behind the Thunder. Not by many games either. All right. That's a crazy thing about it. People thought the Pacers were like, oh, they're not going to do anything, blah, blah. It was a 1-year thing. Everyone was underrating them, but they didn't realize how much they were winning, how much they were starting to dominate the East. If you didn't have the Pacers making the conference finals again after last year being the same team but getting better because all their players got a little bit more experienced, I'm sorry, you just don't know basketball. That's my take on it. If you did not think the Pacers making the Eastern Conference Finals, all right, having a shot there, being a legit contender out of the Eastern Conference after last year, you just didn't know basketball. You didn't. My 3 best teams in the East this year going into it, I thought were Knicks, Pacers, Celtics, because all of them got better. And all of them had almost the same team when you compare to what they did last year. So, like I said, if you didn't think the Pacers were going to do anything this year, maybe I saw people not even have the Pacers make the playoffs. The playoffs? Like, are you kidding me? The same team as last year made the conference finals, not making the playoffs. Like, you just didn't pay attention to them because they're a small market team. That happened with the Thunder. A lot of people had the Thunder losing in the first round to Memphis for some reason. To Memphis. And it's because they're a small market team. No one cared about watching the Thunder. All right, even though it was one of the most dominant regular seasons of all time. If they win tonight, it'll go down as one of the dominant seasons of all time. Saw someone saying before the playoffs that the Bucks would shock everyone, make the finals, beat us in the finals in 5. That's crazy to think as well. Caruso and Dort defense masterclass is what I'm expecting tonight. Yeah, expect Caruso and Dort to hound Tyrese Haliburton the entire game. My reason being for that is I looked at the stats beforehand, and I'm going to pull it up on ESPN as well so I can take a look at it. So I can get the exact numbers for you with Haliburton. There are 2 guys I'm expecting to have. I say 2 guys. 2 things I am expecting to happen. All right? Just when you look at what's happened so far in the finals. Tyrese Haliburton, when playing in Oklahoma City in the finals, all right, when playing against Oklahoma City in the finals, at Oklahoma City, he is averaging 6 assists a game, along with, if my math is correct here, almost 4 turnovers. It's like 3.7, 3.8. So 6 assists to almost 4 turnovers. So every 2 assists, he's turning the ball over almost 1.5 times. All right. Almost every assist, he's turning the ball over when you look at it. So because of that, I'm expecting them to be tight on him, put a lot of pressure. And it's not like he's scoring a ton either. 14 points in that game one where he hit that buzzer beater. He was playing horrible to start off the game as well. In that fourth quarter, he turned up. Game two, he played all right. 7 of 13, 3 of 8. Yeah, that's solid. He also had 6 assists and 5 turnovers. When we realized that we forced turnovers and we score off them, I think that's the biggest problem. The reason we didn't win game one is not because of the buzzer beater, not because of anything else, not because of coaching adjustments. It's because we forced 25 turnovers but only had 11 points off turnovers. You've got to score more off those turnovers. So I think if you can do that, do what you've been doing against Tyrese Haliburton at home, where he's had 3 turnovers, 5 turnovers, and 3, then you should win this game if you score off those turnovers like we did in game 2 and game 5. So because of that, force the ball over, force the turnovers for Tyrese Haliburton, that good stuff. Should do well, all right? Should do extremely well. Let me go over to my next guy now. Sorry, my buddy who's a Florida Panthers fan, Christopher R. If you're watching this, shout out my captain, my captain. He sent me a video of the Florida Panthers parade, and he said, I'm hoping this is what OKC looks like. So, shout out. How do we stop TJ? I don't think you stop TJ. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm going to be real. How do you stop TJ McConnell? I don't know. Another player I'm thinking is going to have a big game is Lu Dort. Compared to when he's at home and away, he is shooting right now. Let me do the math. He is shooting 6 of 11 on the road. That's a little bit over 50%, but that last game he shot 20%. All right, he only took 1 3 in one game and 2 shots. So, I mean, Lu Dort's been great this entire series, 3-point wise. He's shooting 51.7% from 3 in the finals. But at home, he has been dominant from 3. 5 of 9 in game 1. We need that again. 3 of 6 in game 5. Need that again, okay? If we can get the 3-point going for him, we're going to be just fine. He's not turning over either. He's not fouling out. He's getting up there in fouls like in that game 2, 5 fouls. Game 5, 4 fouls. All right? But he's been doing it very, very well. All right? 8 rebounds as well in that game 5. He's been doing everything. Steals, blocks, 4 steals in game 1. A steal in game 2, 2 blocks in game 1. And then game 5, 2 steals and a block. He's been doing everything. If you can get Lu Dort going out on the perimeter like he has been at home, and I think it's this home crowd, I truly believe it. When people say home crowd advantage, is a thing for the Thunder, I think it is. I think home court advantage is when you're playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder. No doubt about it in my mind whatsoever. There is nothing like Paycom Center for a playoff game. When you have, like I said, the fan bammers, when you have 18,000 of those going, what are you going to do? That's getting in your head. There's no doubt about it in my mind. That's getting in your head. And you have a bunch of drunk Oklahoma State and OU football fans in that stadium. It's going to be loud. It's going to be hectic. I truly think that's going to play a part. I think that energy is going to feed for guys like Lu Dort. We saw with Jalen Williams in game 5. That energy fed into him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We can take a look at Shai in these closeout games, right? The final, the closeout games that we needed from him. I can go to his game log real quick. Okay. Denver, game 7. He dropped 35 points, 12 of 19 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. Game 5 against Minnesota to win the series, 4-1. He had 34 points, 14 of 25 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Against Memphis, 13 of 24, 1 of 4 from deep, 38 points. So he has showed out every single time in the final game of the series, especially in a game 7. Like, dude, I'm telling you, this home crowd is going to really feed into what the Thunder do tonight. That's why I have them winning, because of the Thunder home crowd. Not because I think better players, not because of any of that. I truly believe it's because of the crowd that the Thunder can win tonight. The crowd really does that kind of thing. There's no better fan base and crowd in the NBA like the Oklahoma City Thunder. No better. Yeah, I see Wiggins, doing great tonight as well. I think it's a prime night for him to save basketball. I do think basketball is going to be saved tonight. The whole just isn't shooting threes good on the road. Yeah, no one's really shooting threes good on the road. I know that was encouraging for TJ McConnell. I just truly don't. I don't know. We're doing everything we can. We're playing good defense against him. Somehow he's knocking down shots. I'm seeing tightly contested shots that are almost getting blocked that he's still knocking down. So, like I said, what else are you really going to do besides play good defense like we have been on him? That's the thing. Yeah. Aaron Wiggins, that game too, 18 points, 6-11 from the field. It's when he gets a good amount of minutes, he does well and helps us win a game. Besides that game 6, and everyone did bad in game 6, and he didn't really take a lot of shots. He took 4 shots, and all of them were threes, and we had to have him take threes there to try to get back into it. But game 5 in the win, 22 minutes, 4 of 7 from deep. That's absurd. 14 points, 5 rebounds, a block. We need that from him. Game 2, and 21 minutes played, he went 6 of 11, 5 of 8 from deep, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. It's like it's the whole team I see, and I can go ahead and look at the box scores for every single game to see what our three-point shooting is like. Like game 1, like this is for all the home games. And home games, for some reason, we're doing much better than on the road. And I do think that's because of the Pacers crowd as well. That Pacers crowd is electric. Seeing them on TV, I wish I could be there in person to see what it's like, because it looks like they are the second loudest crowd in the NBA. 11 from 30 from deep in game 1, 37%. You'll take that. That's good shooting. It's just 40% from the field is not going to cut it. All right, I think that was a thing. 40% from the field, we didn't convert on turnovers. That's the only thing that you had to do that game to win. 3-point shooting wise, did well. All right, I think that's the key. Get the 3-point shooting going. If you can do that, you'll be fine. So like that game 1, like we saw, we won or we lost, and our 3-point shooting was well, and it was only by 1 point. It just came down to converting on turnovers. Game 2, 39% from deep, 50% from the field. Okay, much better. Much better. We only made 1 more shot than we did in game 1. We only made 1 more shot. We just took 10 more in game 1 because of all those turnovers we forced. It just comes down to being able to score off of them. That's simple. Let's see. We can go to, and then we can go to an away game. We can go to the away game that the Thunder ended up losing. We can go to game 3. Thunder shot 45% from the field, but they also had 17 turnovers. That's uncharacteristic, okay? They also only shot 22 threes. Usually they're putting up 30 to 35 a night. So if they can put up those numbers and convert at the 36 to 40% clip, no reason they shouldn't win tonight. No reason. Then we can go to game 5. We can go to the win in game 5. Back at home to really showcase how much better we shoot at home than on the road. 44% from 3 in game 5. So we truly are a better home team. And we only lost 2 games at home this entire postseason. Both of them having game 1s. I just don't, I say I don't see a way that we lose. I said that for the game 6 preview videos as well. But tonight, I do have the Thunder with a 85% chance to win this game. And I like those odds. I really like those odds. So, like I said, it comes down to if the Thunder can play this well with the home crowd, what all they can do with all that. So I have faith in this team 100%. 100% I have faith in this team. So I think it's going to be a great game, though. I do think that. I think the Thunder will win by double digits. I do think it's going to be an electric game from the whole time out. Let's see how the poll did. What do you guys want me to wear? SGA City Connect. Okay, all right. We'll wear the SGA City Connect then tonight. Let's see. Let's read some more comments. Denver series in this series has made me learn not to underestimate your opponent as much as I hate to admit it. If you thought, okay, let's be honest. Denver was the second best team in the Western Conference. Not the Timberwolves, not the Warriors, not the Lakers, all right? Not the Rockets. None of those teams. It was the Denver Nuggets. They were. Whoever won that series was making it to the NBA Finals. Going to be honest about it, okay? I don't get, it's kind of crazy to think about people underestimated Denver. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have underestimated Denver. They were a great team. They were. I got Caruso with another 10-plus point game. Yeah, I could see that. If we end up losing this game in series, I think game 1 will be the game to look back on. It will be. Game 1 will be the game you look back on and be like, man, we needed to win that. And like I said, 11 points off of 25 turnovers. You're not going to win games doing that. You need to score on half the turnovers that you generate. If we did that, that's That's like 20 points right there. You win by 8. You win by 8 or 9 there. So it's like I said, that's the crazy thing about it, is that we could have won the series already. And I hate to be this guy, as much as I talk about him. I will go ahead and say it, and I'll pull up his stats to even prove it to you guys. Should have traded for Cameron Johnson. I don't care what any of y'all say. Should have traded for Cameron Johnson. Should have. If we realize what's been the problem this postseason, it has been 3-point shooting. And I knew what a package looked like. I had inside information that told me what a package was like for Cameron Johnson that was being talked about. It was Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, Dylan Jones, and 2 first-round picks for Cameron Johnson. You could have just filled the rest of those spots with two-way players like we did with A.J. Mitchell. Could have done that. Could have done that. But we kept Isaiah Joe. Kept him. And he really hasn't done much in the playoffs. He hasn't. Just being honest about it. We're barely playing him now in the finals. In the finals, he's averaging 8 minutes a game. He's not really doing much for us. He isn't. Like, I look at it, and he got 50. The most he's played in the finals so far is 15 minutes in game 6, and it was all garbage time. We're playing him in garbage minutes, man. Like that's my problem with it. If you're only going to play him in garbage minutes, why do we keep him? We could have got someone that could have helped out this team. I'm telling you, if you had Cameron Johnson on this team, Thunder win in 5. Thunder win in 5 against the Nuggets as well. They might sweep every other team. Like, you had the opportunity to do that, but the Thunder didn't do it. That's the one thing I will say. The Thunder lose in the finals. I think a trade will come. And I have a feeling I have a feeling that there could be a trade for Cameron Johnson over the offseason. Okay. When I look at it, man, I don't understand. Why do we keep him if we're barely going to play him? Why? I don't understand it. That's my problem. If we're gonna barely play him, why keep him? Why? That's the thing, all right? Yeah, it was the next game, I feel like. The next game, all right? It was. Yeah, we need Madison Square Garden, Joe. But that's the thing. We just aren't playing him now for some reason. And that's why it confuses me why we kept him. That's the part that confuses me. If we knew we were going to play him in the finals, why is he still on the team? We could have got someone that could have helped out in the finals. Cameron Johnson would have been a key component to helping us win the NBA Finals. We could have won it already. So that's the one critique I do have on the season. Should have traded for Cameron Johnson when he had the chance, okay? That's where I'll end that at. But like I said, predictions, I have the Thunder winning by double digits tonight, 117-101, okay? I think they can pull it off. I think the home crowd's going to be the deciding factor. Like I said, fan bammers, I'll pull it out again one last time. You have 18,000 of those going off, all right? That's going to get in their heads, and we've seen it every single time. We've seen it. The Thunder were 2 buzzer beaters away from being undefeated at home the rest of the playoffs. Also a buzzer beater away from winning the NBA play, winning the finals already. So that's all I got here, guys. I'm going to go ahead, get off. All right. Get prepared for this game. There's my little preview for you guys. Anything else you guys want me to talk about, go ahead and send it in the comment section below. Super chats, whatever it may be. You guys want to go ahead and get that across so I can talk about it real quick before we hop off. Like I said, I know we're all nervous. Everyone should be nervous. It's a Game 7. It's the biggest game in Thunder history. It truly is. This is the biggest game in franchise history right now. So I get if you're nervous. I get it. And it's 100% normal to have these nerves for this game. 100% normal. But, like I said, if you have any more questions, zoom in the chat, super chat, whatever it may be. Sorry, checking Twitter for you guys. Checking Twitter. If that's all, I'm going to hop off, guys. If that's all. Checking out Thunder up in the park's going well. That's cool. All right, I'm going to hop off, guys. It's been real. Everyone take care of yourselves. Relax before we go into the finals here. All right, final game. It's big. It's big. All right. This is a huge game for the Thunder. Okay, huge game. Be there, cheering from the road. All right. No, I'm gonna be short and simple for you. No, I don't think the Rockets got much better. I'm gonna be honest. I think they kind of stayed where they're at. They also traded away their future, so I'm not really scared of the Rockets whatsoever. But that's all I got. See you guys later in the next one.